Hello, welcome to Working Dragon Mystic. I'm Drake. Today I'd like to cover custom ritual outlines. I get a lot of questions because I tell my students that just because you read a ritual a certain way, you should feel free to alter it and adjust it to your practice. And I've been getting a lot of emails on just exactly how do you do that? What would be needed in a ritual? And I'd like to cover that real quick. First off, in a ritual, you only need a few things. You just need a few key points to make sure they're covered. If you cover those key points in some way, your ritual will be effective. And thereby, you can start customizing the rituals that you find or creating your own. One of the first steps that I use personally is I use shower or bath before a ritual. This allows me to clear out my energy, and it's also a step I add because it starts that process. It starts getting me in the mindset of that. And this is an optional step. This is actually one that I would consider optional because you don't have to shower before every ritual. That's not necessary, but it is one that if I have time, I do like to do it. I use the water as a grounding method as well as a begin to get into the mindset and meditate. I also particularly use special soap. I actually buy Dragon's Blood soap. So it also helps to cleanse and empower me and get me ready for that ritual. In fact, I buy the soap from one of my friends, Chris. She owns her own homemade soap company called Inky Quills. It's right here. And she has a lot of soaps that are really great for ritual use or just daily use even. This one here is the Dragon's Blood. She also carries a Nagchampa. There's a sandalwood, a lemongrass and sage, which a lot of people like. And I got to show this one on camera just because I love the packaging. She also has a clove, and those are totally my colors. This one's a little strong for me, but it makes me think of the holidays. I do like this. And so I use this all the time when I'm preparing for my rituals. Now, I'm not getting paid to plug her soap. It's really, really great soap, especially if you want all natural soaps. I'm not a big chemical warrior, but I know a lot of people are. And I believe these are made of, is it hemp seed? Yeah, it's hemp seed oil. So these are really nice. She even has some that help relieve pain and other ailments. So I'll be putting a link to her website so y'all can check that out at the end. And I just found out she actually has a subscription, so I can actually just start having her send me the Dragon's Blood on the regular. But again, the bath is an optional step that just adds that extra element to your ritual. And you don't even need the special soaps. I mean, I find that they add that extra element, but you can use any soap, body wash, it doesn't matter. The important thing is you work that into a cleansing ritual bath where you're getting yourself in that mindset. You don't really have to do anything special with it. Your next step to ritual is obviously you're going to set up your area for whatever it is you're going to do. However you set up your area, if you set up an area. I often just go into a room and I sit down and my workspace is there, whether it's a coffee table or what. I do have a ritual room with an actual workspace, but I don't always get to use it. So just set up your area, and then the big point is start your meditation. And again, you can refer back to the meditation video that I did. All those meditations are really good for getting started because you're just trying to get into the mindset. Again, you're trying to get in that ritual mindset. So you need to relax, get in that meditative state. And if you did your ritual bath, this will be even easier because you've already started transitioning your mindset through the process. That's what ritual is. It's all the process to adjust to the situation. Once you're in that meditative mindset and you've done your meditation, That's when you'll start to gather the energy for the ritual. And the energy you gather will be completely dependent on the ritual you're doing. A lot of ceremonial magicians, they'll use the rituals for their practice, the lesser banishing ritual, the greater banishing ritual, the ritual of the hexagram, the middle pillar. I know in dragon magic, anytime I'm working with the dragons, I have a ritual that I use that works with the rulers of the dragons, and that starts to bring in that draconic energy that I want to work with that. If I'm working with other entities, like let's say Odin, I might do a hammer rite. I know some people don't agree with it and think it's not a real rite, but I find that it does bring in those ancestral energies all the same. And it is true, I could actually cast a circle and just pull in my ancestral energies. But the point is, you're pulling in the energy of what it is you're wanting to do. Let's say you're not working with an entity. Let's say you have a goal. Let's say healing's your goal. Well, what are you wanting to use to heal yourself? I usually use water or earth energies for healing, so I'd either pull in one or both of those. I'd mix them up, and that's the energy I'm pulling to prep for the ritual. The next step is actually the body of the ritual. This is where you actually step up and start doing the working to move your will into the world and manifest it in the ritual. It's hard to explain this because this is really where the customization is. You could be just doing a candle spell for healing or prosperity. You could be doing an evocation. You could be doing an invocation. Whatever the working is that you're getting ready to do, that is the body of the ritual. It is the literal working that you're doing to achieve your goal and manifest those results. Next step, obviously, would be your closing of the ritual. If you've summoned anything, you thank it and dismiss it. Go about closing the ritual and grounding yourself out. That's an important one. If you've not summoned anything, you've just done magical workings, you want to ground yourself out, get yourself out of that mindset. And that's just about it. I mean, if you cast a circle, a lot of people close them, some people don't, but you want to close the circle. I know in the case of the hammer rite, most people set it up and then take it down. And in ceremonial magic, they open with like the lesser banishing ritual, the pentagram, and they close with the lesser banishing ritual, pentagram. Those are your closings. Your closing can be as custom as anything else. And obviously, if you didn't cast a circle or anything, the closing's just getting yourself out of that meditative state. And this can be as simple as grounding yourself out or going and having a cup of coffee, going and washing dishes, doing something very mundane. That is literally the outline for a custom ritual. It's not that difficult. I know people try to make it sound a lot more complicated, but it's not. I mean, you can make it as fancy and poetic as you want, or you can make it very bare. Most of my rituals are actually very, very bare. I'm not a poetic person. I don't really get into a lot of the more rhythmic or artsy style incantations and stuff. I find them overly wordy and they tend to be more distracting than useful. I find that when I focus on my intent and just say what I want and say what I mean, short and sweet, I get better results. And I honestly believe it differs from person to person. Some people actually find it adds a lot to their workings, and in that case, I think it can help. But if you're the type of person that honestly you find those long incantations annoying and distracting, I think it takes away from it. And I'm one of those people. So you have to play around with it and consider who you are when you're making the ritual. So, in review, real quick, the steps are: step 1, optional, ritual shower or bath. Step 2, meditation. Step 3, gather the energy you're going to need for the ritual. Step 4, the body of the ritual, where you actually do the working and spell work that you are set out to accomplish. And step 5 is when you do the closing of the ritual. And that's it. 5 basic, easy steps to creating your own custom ritual. Anyways, those are the 5 basic steps that you will be needing, and I hope they help you. I know that it does sound simple, and it really is, but that's all you need for the outline. If you follow that outline, you can create your own rituals really simple and easy. Anyways, I hope you follow these steps and give it a try and see how they work for you. And I hope you come up with some really great rituals that help your practice and help you pursue it. And I really hope that anyone who sees this video does take a chance to check out Inky Quills. Like I said, it's a great product. I'm not getting paid for it on any method of that, but check her out. She's definitely done a wonderful job with her products. Thank you for joining us. I'm Drake, and this has been Working Dragon Mystic, and we'll see you next time with our next video. Thanks. Bye.